Welcome back to our channel. In this video, I'll be talking about the treatment given to COVID-19 patient. Do watch the video till the end because I'll be talking about post-COVID mucormycosis, which in colloquial term is called as black fungus. Before talking about the treatment, we shall discuss how the virus affects the human. Virus, as we all know, it cannot be seen through our unaided eyes, and it requires a host to survive. The host can range from bacteria to human. The novel coronavirus or SARS-CoV-2 affects the human, and this was first reported in Wuhan, China. So how this virus is transmitted? Let us see. The COVID-19 virus spreads primarily through droplets of saliva or discharge from the nose when an infected person coughs or sneezes. So when a person who is in proximity with the infected person, he may catch the virus. The transmission may also occur through fomites. Fomites are nothing but they are objects or materials which are likely to carry infection like cloth, utensils and furniture. So the transmission of COVID-19 virus can occur by direct contact with infected people and indirect contact with surface or objects in the immediate environment of the infected person. So the viral particles will enter through eyes or through nose or through mouth, and the most susceptible area is the nostril. So finally, when the virus enters, it moves towards the throat and then it moves further down to the lungs. So when it goes to the lungs, what happens is the lungs carry a receptor, and through this receptor the coronavirus binds to it and invades the cell. So once the coronavirus invades the cell, there it uses its cell machinery to form millions of copies. So within 1 to 2 days of virus entry, millions of copies are produced in the lungs. So when millions of copies are produced, what happens? This triggers an immune response. Our body comes into play. Antibodies are produced in our body against the virus. However, the antibodies are not enough to eliminate the virus. Therefore, a small molecule called as cytokines are released into the bloodstream, and these cytokines act as messengers and they convey the information to all other immune cells that an invasion has happened and all of them have to go to the infected site. This is a common immune response which happens in 80% of COVID positive patients, along with certain symptoms like fever, body ache, sore throat, fatigue, headache, and in some cases loose stools. By the 4th or the 5th day, the virus is eliminated. However, in 10 to 20% of COVID positive patients, this may not be the case. There will be a second phase of immune response, and during this immune response, the cytokines go crazy and they produce in large numbers. And this phenomena is called as a cytokine storm. So when the cytokines are produced in large number, the immune cells are also produced in large number, that is more than required. So what happens next is the immune cells will start attacking its own cells, especially the blood vessels of the lung cells, because of its similarity to the viral proteins. And this leads to blood clot. And finally, what happens? Because this is happening in lungs, and lungs, as we all know, it is helpful in exchanging the gases. Thus, the saturation level of oxygen in blood decreases, and this is a very critical condition and which may lead to death. So how to identify the second phase of immune response? This second phase of immune response is associated with certain symptoms. As in the first phase of immune response, there were certain symptoms like fever, headache. Similarly, the second phase also there will be certain symptoms, but this time the symptoms will be aggravated. The fever will be much more higher. There will be breathlessness and deep cough. Symptoms appear on the 6th day of virus infection. So at this time, proper medication should be given, and usually steroids and anticoagulants are given. The commonly used steroids are dexamethasone, hydrocortisone, or prednisone. These are the common steroids which are used. And anticoagulants are also given because there is blood clotting. How does the steroids work? The steroid suppresses the immune response and stops the cytokine storm. Steroids and anticoagulants should be strictly taken under doctor's guidance. However, the usage of steroids may have adverse effects on patients who have uncontrolled diabetes, who are immunocompromised, that means their immune system is weakened due to cancer or due to any transplantation like bone marrow or organ transplantation. Patients who have uncontrolled diabetes and have weakened immune system, they are susceptible to opportunistic infections. And one such opportunistic infection is mucormycosis, or colloquially it is called as black fungus. But let me tell you, this is not caused by a black fungus, but it is caused by a group of moles called as Mucormycetes. And they are present in soil and in decaying organic matter. They are rare infection in human beings. Normally, they won't infect us. It may infect us only when our immune system is weak, or we may have some disease, or we are under some steroid medication. So people get mucormycosis when they come in contact with the fungal spores in the environment, only when they have a weakened immune system. Okay. Now this mucormycosis, it affects the sinus, brain, it may also affect the lungs, the gastrointestinal and skin. Mucormycosis has high mortality rate, that is about 50%. Early diagnosis is the key. There are certain symptoms associated with mucormycosis. They are sinusitis, that is nasal blockage. Second is pain on cheekbone. Third is blackish or brownish nasal discharge. Then loosening of teeth, blurred or double vision, and some other neurological symptoms. If diagnosed earlier, it can be treated with liposomal amphotericin B, and in severe cases, the tissues that are infected has to be removed through surgery. Then how to prevent this? The first and the foremost thing is avoid overuse of steroids. Second thing, personal hygiene is very essential. Wherever you sit, whatever you use, sanitize it. Avoid gardening for few months. Don't go out unless and until you regain your normal immunity. Mucormycosis has been declared epidemic in many states like Rajasthan, Telangana, Chandigarh and Uttarakhand. And there are many other states where the infections are rising day by day. Amidst all this, a white fungus has been found in Patna, Bihar, and this infection is believed to be more dangerous than black fungus. This is again caused due to weakened immune system. Patients of white fungus show COVID-19 symptoms, and this fungus can infect not only our lungs but nails, skin, stomach, kidney, brain, private parts and mouth. Thus, the overuse of steroids and weakened immune system due to COVID-19 has made the patient susceptible to various opportunistic infections. Few antiviral drugs have also been used: hydroxychloroquine and chloroquine, ivermectin and remdesivir. However, these antiviral drugs were not very efficient. They just speed up the recovery. Proning is another treatment protocol which is given to patients who have low saturation level of oxygen in blood. Proning is nothing but it is just placing the person on their belly so as to redistribute the oxygen in all parts of the body. Let us see an image. In the image we can see the person is lying down on his belly and pillows are placed under his chest, and this position helps in redistributing the oxygen to all parts of the body. There are other position also, like a person can lie towards their right side also as well as towards the left side. They can sit in a Fowler position also. I would like to mention a drug 2-DG, that is 2-deoxy-D-glucose, developed by the unit of DRDO in collaboration with Dr. Reddy's Laboratories, and it will be available in the mid of June. This drug is an analog of glucose and it will be available in powder form, which can be easily dissolved in water and consumed orally. This drug is not a new drug. It has already been used in cancer therapy as a supplement drug. Let us see the mode of action of this drug. The drug accumulates in the viral infected cells and stops the viral synthesis and the energy production. And moreover, it also reduces the dependency of supplement oxygen by 40%. This would ensure better availability of beds for patients requiring critical care. Hope you would have liked the video. At last, I would like to say prevention is better than cure. So prevent yourself by taking precautionary measures. We can stop corona. Together we can and together we will. Thank you.